going to file on the other side of the hole just to center it all up. There. So I've centered that up now, and this should just fit in snugly now. Beautiful. I'm just going to pop the other plate on top to make sure that all this spins nicely. I just need to go through and do all the other pivot holes now, and then we'll be ready to get back to it and hopefully work perfectly.
Restoration of the tuber is needed to fall, not least thanks to the center.
All we've done a great job on this piece. All the work, as you can see all that. Now all I've got to do is start sanding. So I've just got to grease up the sides and go and go. So now, put the valves in. Just going to put some valve oil on to lubricate the valve going up and down. And now for the special valve, the one I like to make. I think Andy's going to like this.
The tuber arrived at the barn sideways by damage. It had last been played by Andy's late father over 30 years ago, and was a poignant reminder of the close relationship between father and son. Now, Andy's recovered.
In trepidation, a bit of nerves, but really excited. Just can't wait to see it. I've been thinking quite a lot about listening to his music, and really reminiscing about the good times that we had. I'm hoping that I get a little bit more that back. Howdy all. Good afternoon. How's it going? Okay? Good, thank you.
I'm
good. Nice to see you again. How are you feeling? A little bit nervous, but really excited to see if you've been able to do anything for me.
Top of the morning, whoever's in here. Thank you for the like.
Wow. That's incredible.
Good morning, everybody.
Got some events in there I remember actually doing.
You've left your events to remember it.
That's fantastic. My father didn't want the pristine tuber because it was all coated white. Thank goodness. Amazing.
Let me read this. Probably too many sounds going on. How's everybody doing this morning? We're making a Fat Albert patch. Checking out some of these filters. This is embroidery work for anybody who's watching. It's a Fat Albert patch. Threadhead said, okay, good looking Threadhead on the subscription. For some reason, I'm not seeing any comments, so if anybody's commenting, give it a minute. I guess YouTube is on some funny stuff this morning. I had to restart my whole phone. If you're new to the channel, good morning and welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. We have multiple content, do a little bit of everything. Some DIY, a lot of traveling, some foodie stuff. So if you're into all that, hit that subscribe button, bust that like, leave a comment. We try our best to make sure we respond to everybody's comments. This is a Husqvarna Viking Topaz 50. I have a couple of different programs that I use. The magic is in the software. The machine can do but so much. The magic is in the software and your hand at rendering if you ever tried to get into digital embroidery. Thanks for the question, Sean Kelly. You got any more? The software, when I was purchasing it, was $1,200. You can look it up. It's called Wilcom. Wilcom. They have I wouldn't say like a layaway, but they have a payment plan where they did. Wait, we gotta stop that. See, now we got a problem. So I'm gonna stop this. forgot to tell me we had the delivery, babe. You forgot to tell me about the delivery. No, I'm gonna have tea. All right, so real quick, I'm gonna let y'all see what happened because errors are definitely a good thing. So you can see how to fix them. All right, so this is a machine error. Remove the hoop. Clear for collaboration. All right, so I can show you how this works. I just saw it digital. I removed the hoop. Matter of fact, let me go back so y'all can see everything from this side, like this. I removed the hoop. It's gonna recalibrate. I'm gonna have to actually go back and re-get my image. I have a USB on the side over there with all of my patches. Then I have to pick the hoop, 120 by 120. Hit go. The machine will calibrate. Ask me to put the hoop in, which I'm not just yet. The color is red. I'm gonna actually go in here and we're gonna fast forward basically on everything we did. Matter of fact, let me put the hoop in so you can see that it does it. Wait, let me get these Irish pennants out first. Bear with me. If you ever been in the military, you know Irish pennants are the extra threads. That are out of place, that are not needed. Well, I usually cut those out. Yeah. Thank you, baby. Boom. Reset the machine. Threading the machine takes some getting used to. It's not like your typical thread. Okay, now I'm going to fast forward. I was in the Marine Corps. 0811, Can and Conquer. You so silly. I blew things up for a living. Now, we're back where we left off. Let me put this back in here. Start again. Bring y'all closer so I can see what y'all saying. Okay. Now, 9 times out of 10, I have a little extra there's something going on here. Maybe check under here. Cut that out. All right. Okay. We're back in business. Time for a color change. Let me cut these out. So you know what Irish pennants are. It's very satisfying even when you're doing them. It's very therapeutic. It helps with, with having military background, that sense of detail or sense of needing to get something done that we have. It helps with that. And definitely, it keeps your mind busy. And the more you get used to doing it, the more creative you become, etc., etc. This is very therapeutic. I have two sewing machines, but I actually have a whole lot of machines that I've invested in over the years. I have a heat press machine. I have what you call a scan and cut, kind of like the Cricut, where I can do my vinyl shirts and stuff like that. I'm actually wearing one of my vinyl shirts right now. And if you look in my on my channel, you'll see some of my merch is up there as well. Me and Jay just came back from my birthday vacation up in the mountains, and we both had on some of my gear, or our gear. Let me get you guys closer. Hopefully the sound of the machine isn't too much. Well, at least you got that far. I managed to design a few things. And you're right, it does take a lot of patience and practice. Exactly. My mom was a seamstress, so I grew up with the sound of a sewing machine early in life. I started on my, I have a brother. I think it's a 625 or 628, something like that. It's a little one. Yeah, so did my mom. My mom was very good around a sewing machine. I remember she upgraded to the Singer with the silver wheel. I think back then they were so elegant. Even the bobbins had elegancy to them and functionality. Everything now is made to break. I've had the rig. I don't know if you can see this foot, that yellow in the middle. That's me. I rigged that because when you buy it from the factory, or the company, or wherever you get them from, it's a weak point. And I've complained. I've written to these guys and nothing. So I've come up with my own way of being able to get some longevity out of it. Because who want to keep spending $20, $30 for a foot and it only lasts you a couple of months? I need this to last me a couple of years, like most accessories used to. And then see, they give you everything plastic now. Well, at least with Brother, they still have metal attachments. I just wish they were all universal. Some things are, but most aren't. In this patch, we have 4 color changes. Red, now we're on blue. We have complexion, brown, which is the skin tone, and then black for the outline and the filling. Of course, it's the way they make money, man. That's why we've come up with 3D machines and all kinds of 3D printers and stuff like that. Now we can start making our own stuff. But again, that's just another machine in your house. Yes, I do. We go live. Not always doing patches. That's a bunch of things. Me and my wife, we travel as well. So it depends on what's going on in that day. I have an Etsy page, well, an Etsy shop. And these patches come through order. Whenever I get an order, I'll go live, and 9 times out of 10, do like I'm doing now, show the patch that I have. So someone paid for this on Etsy, and I'm actually doing it on live. It's instant content. I get good conversation at the same time. depending if people come in or not. Sometimes nobody comes in when I'm sewing, which is cool because, as you can tell, just doing this alone is therapeutic. I think it's just the whole development of it all gets you caught in. I know that's what it does for me. Almost like standing over the shoulder of a caricature artist, watching them develop the image. Oh, I'm from the Bronx, hence the name Bronx Travelers. We're both from the Bronx. Whereabouts are you at this point? Everybody moves around. They be from one place and living somewhere else. So whereabouts are you? Or where are you originally from? Are you good? You don't apologize, boy. Oh, you saying my bad because I'm from the Bronx? Okay. Fresno? Listen, I've been curious about the West Coast for a long time, man. So you probably just as equally as curious about the East Coast. I've been to Texas. I was in Houston for a little while. Matter of fact, I went to MOS school in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. But a lot of military end up going through Texas. Army too. That's actually where we were. We was at an Army base. Oh, good to go. Good to go. That had to have been a fun MOS. You got stories, bro. Truck drivers, MPs got stories. My stepfather was in the Navy. That's why I went to Marine Corps. Now you try to outdo your father. But once I went to the military, everything made sense about him and understood why he was such a dick. Sad to say. All right. Yep, mine did too. Mine did too. But back in those days, they had a different lifestyle than we did. So their reasoning for doing the stupidity that they did, I guess, was valid for those days, those times. Today, we wouldn't do none of that dumb shit that they did. At least I wouldn't. But at the same time, we had to write our own stupidity in the books. I know I have.
You ate?
Yeah, I ate half of it. You ate the whole thing?
I just pee on myself.
Excuse me.
I can eat all of it.
I know. This is the real babysitting time for me. That's why I'm so silent. That outline, sometimes it gets a little fickle. This is why your render is so important. Oh, cool. Where was the show at? Basket weaving made him qualify for a pilot? That's deep. They don't give those type of MOSs away in the Marine Corps. The times have changed. I gotta remember that. That was way back when. I guess they said he had an eye for detail. Either way, that's still a beautiful career. I'm sure he saw a lot of shit too. Appreciate you, Sean. Have a good one. I appreciate you. I look forward to you coming back in, man. I always love a good combo while I'm working. just coming in, don't be shy. I talk back, answer questions. See something you like to ask me, go ahead, feel free. Top of the morning to you, whoever you are. What up, Ugly Jake? Top of the morning to you. It's a different name. Never heard that handle before. Ugly Jake. I hope you're referring to your basketball skills. From Argentina? What's going on, man? How's the weather in Argentina? I've never been to Argentina. Is it a good place to visit? Jay and I are always looking for new adventures. Here's the babysitting porch. Okay. dokie. Now for the minor details, I always real quick. People always ask me, what happens when you have those gaps? Well, you get you a Sharpie and you close them gaps up. Oops. Real easy, real simple. Sometimes, if you know what you're doing, you can add dimension in some of them lower areas. Or you can just touch on it lightly, let it dry, come back, touch on it lightly again, and just build up on it. This way you don't get no bleeding. You know, some people are heavy-handed. This you have to kind of act like you're painting. Cool. I don't know if you can see it, but kind of gave him a little dimension under his belly. Okey-doke. Here's my blue. And do the same thing with the blue. Get a little dimension under the cuff, the belt, right there. Okay. And I think we're done. All right, you guys. I appreciate you for hanging with me for this long. If you like what you saw, if you want to hang out with a brother next time, hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment if you have any questions about anything that you see, or even any of our previous videos, or some of our traveling. You want to know how we got here, or anything like that, let me know in the comments, and I'll get back to you the minute I can see it. Make sure if you subscribe and you have a channel that you have some content on, make sure that your subscription is public so I can see and I can subscribe back. I definitely follow for follow, sub for sub. I support. If you've been here before then, you know my slogan. I holler for $1 from your mama tomorrow. Deuces.